Welcome. I'll be reacting to Star Trek The Animated Series, Season 1, Episode 4. This is not a market substitute. Support the original on Paramount Plus. Engage.
The Enterprise is en route through an unfamiliar sector of space, where a series of Earth Federation ships have disappeared mysteriously during the last 150 years. Precisely every 27.346 star years.
Ooh. Like Brigadoon.
Yellow alert.
Five seconds. 4, 3.
All stations report yellow alert status, sir. Captain, I'm getting some sort of subspace radio signal.
Put it on ship speaker.
It's singing, almost.
I find no resemblance to a summons, Captain.
But then you note it.
Is this similar to a siren call? Because is it only the men hearing it? Look at Uhura's face right now. She's like, what? I'm not hearing a call. So I'm kind of getting the impression it's similar to sirens in Greek mythology. Because in the Odyssey, they put the wax in their ears. They wouldn't hear it.
I am. But I want you to observe the men here. It seemed to start when
Was
we
I
picked
right?
up that signal. And it's gotten worse.
Oh, it's sirens.
I am experiencing audio-visual suggestion, Captain.
So am I.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Chapel, you don't see anything either?
No, sir.
Take a medical reading, nurse. Lieutenant Uhura, call Dr. McCoy to the bridge.
Sick bay, Dr. McCoy.
Yeah, but knowing Dr. McCoy, he's probably seeing like 3 women, and he has other things on his mind. Remember that Alice in Wonderland themed TOS episode? Where towards the end, McCoy had these 2 beautiful women in like furry bikinis. I think they were like pink and yellow.
And, how do you explain them?
Oh, them. Wow.
That was so hilarious and just classic Bones. Yeah, except in Greek mythology, the sirens killed you. Possibly ate you. Don't land on that planet.
In command. We are in orbit around Planet 2 in the
Or if you go, bring all female security officers. So question, does it only affect people who are attracted to women, in which case lesbians would fall under the siren spell?
Captain Kirk is beaming down with a scouting party to investigate.
These
No.
figures just don't match up with Spock's.
There is something compelling about it.
Yes, I feel it too, Bones.
Captain, the
Did you
urgency
bring
of our
no
field
women in the away
suggests
team,
visual
guys?
compulsion. I advise remaining at a distance.
You should have sent an all-female away team.
We are grateful that you heard the signal, Captain.
The signal? A distress call, wasn't it?
I will explain its meaning later. We have prepared a feast to celebrate your presence.
Don't trust them. Have none of you read the Odyssey? None of you? Come on, Kirk.
These are the most beautiful women in the galaxy. But where are the men?
Oh, they're all old.
Working. Probe directed at ship from planet surface is severely innervating to humanoid males. Exposure causes increasing weakness, possibly to point of death.
I want an all-woman security team on every
Yes.
transporter immediately.
Finally!
No one is to transport down to the planet unless it is on my order.
What are you doing?
Taking command of this ship.
Is that Scotty?
Mr. Scott,
Aw.
as senior lieutenant, I'm taking responsibility for the safety of this ship.
Very thoughtful of you, love.
Due to Chief Engineering Officer Scott's euphoric state of mind, I am assuming command of the Enterprise. I accept full responsibility for my action. A detailed account will be recorded later.
this may disrupt its field.
Hello, Homura. That would be a great time for that all-female security team.
Which transfer our vital energy to the bodies of the women.
Ah.
You mean they're actually draining our life forces?
That would account for our rapid aging, Captain. It is wiser if I go to the temple to try to find the communicators and contact the ship.
It looks like one of the women wants to help them, though. She's not okay with what's going on, so they might have someone inside.
Spock to Enterprise.
Enterprise?
Uh-oh.
Request. Rescue party. All female.
We have assembled an all-female rescue party in accordance with
This is
Mr.
awesome.
Spock's request.
Usually they're all just in the background.
Greeting. Return to your ship. You are not wanted here.
Until we find Captain Kirk, we will not leave. Phasers on stun. Fire.
Yeah! Let's do this. It's like Sleeping Beauty.
Yes, Jen. Try it again.
They can drown in there. They're so weak.
They did not know this planet drains humanoid energy. But the women's bodies developed a glandular secretion enabling them to survive and to manipulate certain areas of the male's brains, influence their emotional senses. Ultimately, it drained the men.
Ah. If this whole thing is being caused by something to do with the planet, though, can't they just bring those women on board the Enterprise under heavy guard and take them to a different planet? Wouldn't that solve it?
We've tried everything we know.
Perhaps the transporter is the key.
Key to what?
Our restoration.
Of course, the transporter would have their original patterns in the buffer. They did something like this on TNG, I think.
Dr. Pulaski, are you ready?
I suppose I am, Captain.
Here we go.
Okay, so I guess Spock is suggesting something like that.
But the odds against us are 99.7 to 1.
So since TAS aired first, I'm guessing that the Pulaski episode was based on this one, right?
Scotty, we're losing them.
Did
It
it work?
worked.
You're more handsome than ever. You'll be transported to the first suitable planet.
How quickly will we become as other women?
Dr. McCoy says it should only take a few months.
These women have committed mass murder just to stay eternal. I don't know. I mean, they deserve to live, but you might want to keep a close eye on them on this new planet and make sure there are no other inhabitants. This was a really interesting one because they drew heavily from mythology, which I am always a fan of doing. I had no idea that the animated series had this much impact on future Trek. That's been the biggest surprise for me. I don't know. I always vaguely heard about the animated series, some kind of a kid's show, and I didn't know much about it. But watching a few episodes now, this is a crucial part of Star Trek. And I know there are some people who argue this is not canonical, and that's fine. It's totally okay to have that opinion. But personally, I think this should be canon. This is more Star Trek than a lot of the Star Trek that I've seen. Looking at you, Discovery. And you can see how they were pulling bits and pieces from TAS into the future, into the movies, the other TV shows. Apparently the writers had either been writing for this show or had at least watched it. Post in the comments, do you think the animated series should be officially part of Star Trek? Or are you like, no, it's not canon? Watching Uhura take command was so satisfying. I want an Uhura show. I still think they need to delve more into her backstory so that we can learn about her. Watching her just own the fact that she is a bridge officer and she can take command and save a situation if she needs to. And Nurse Chapel as well, stepping up. On TOS, as I recall, they often had one token female crew person beaming down with the away team. Often she strategically had her uniform scratched or scraped open. I mean, I'm not objecting. It was really fun watching an entire away team be women because it's rare. Even in modern Trek, I don't think I've ever seen an all-female away team. I also really like how they got down to the planet and the women were like, "We're the females of this planet." And the away team was just like, "Cool." Sorry. That was just pretty funny. I loved it. If this episode was remade, and we all know that Star Trek plots get recycled. Let's just say Discovery did it. It would be a very different episode, I feel like. And I think that's why recycled plots work, because how it's done here, very traditional, like the Odyssey. If Discovery did it, it would have a new twist. If, say, Deep Space Nine did this plotline, it would be hilariously fun. The Doppo girls, can you imagine an episode where they have to take over and run the station? I need to rewatch Deep Space Nine. If some of the new Star Trek, like Strange New Worlds perhaps, went back and revisited some of these plots, I think that would be really, really cool. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm really excited about Strange New Worlds. Please don't mess it up. Great episode. We need more with Uhura in command. Live long and prosper.